You brush it off as stress. You blame it on age. But what if those small slips, forgetting names, losing motivation, or waking up in a mental fog, aren't just random? What if your brain is quietly aging faster than your body, and you don't even know it? The scariest part? This happens to millions of people while they keep living life on autopilot, but you don't have to be one of them. In this video, we'll reveal, are you aging your brain? 3 warning signs to know now, and what you discover might just save your memory, your energy, and your future. Every day, without realizing it, we make choices that either protect or slowly damage the most vital organ in our body, our brain. It's not something we feel immediately. There are no loud alarms, no sharp pains, just a slow, invisible unraveling. And by the time we notice, the damage is already done. What if the way you're living today is aging your brain a decade ahead of your body? You might feel healthy, look young, even stay active, but your brain could be silently struggling. Brain aging doesn't begin at 60. It starts much earlier. In your 30s and 40s, your brain begins to shrink. Neurons start dying off, and inflammation quietly creeps in. The saddest part? Most people mistake this process for normal stress, aging, or just being tired. But this decline isn't destiny. It's a decision. It's the outcome of how we eat, sleep, think, and interact with the world. Scientific research now shows that brain aging is not just about genetics. It's largely about lifestyle. That means it's reversible. That means it's preventable. And that means you have the power to change the course. If you catch the signs early enough, if you're constantly misplacing items, feeling mentally foggy or emotionally flat, you're not just off. Your brain is asking for help, and it's time to listen. You don't need to wait for a diagnosis. You don't need to fear aging. You just need awareness. That's the first step to transformation. Today, we're going to reveal 3 urgent warning signs that your brain is aging faster than it should. These aren't scare tactics. They're signs backed by neuroscience. They show up in your everyday habits, your moods, your focus, and if you catch them now, you can still protect, even rebuild, the incredible powerhouse inside your skull. This isn't about shame. It's about hope. Because no matter where you're starting from, whether you're 35 or 75, your brain can heal, it can grow, it can rewire, but it needs you to pay attention. You are not broken, you are not doomed, you're just uninformed until now. Let's start your journey back to mental clarity, energy, and peace. Let's uncover the 3 warning signs that could be aging your brain and what you can do to stop it now. You used to be sharp, quick with words, emotionally tuned in, but now everything feels like it's covered in a heavy mental fog. You search for words that used to come instantly. You read a paragraph 3 times and still don't retain it. You scroll endlessly, but nothing sticks. And worse, you feel emotionally flat, not depressed necessarily, just disconnected, numb, unmotivated. And this is not just stress. This is your brain waving a red flag. Brain fog and emotional dullness are not normal parts of life. They're symptoms of inflammation, poor oxygen flow, or weakened neural communication. In simple terms, your brain's engine is stalling. And if you ignore this, it gets worse, much worse. Over time, chronic brain fog can evolve into mild cognitive impairment, a direct road to dementia. What causes this fog? It could be poor sleep, refined sugar, chronic stress, too much social media, even low vitamin D. These factors all contribute to sluggish blood flow and dying brain cells. But here's the good news. The brain is adaptable. Neuroplasticity is your superpower. When you change your habits, your brain begins to fire on all cylinders again. Start with your breath. Deep breathing increases oxygen to your brain. Get more sunlight. It stimulates serotonin. Move your body every day. Walk, dance, stretch. Feed your brain foods rich in omega-3s, berries, green tea, and dark chocolate. And protect your sleep like your life depends on it, because it does. Feeling mentally foggy isn't laziness. It isn't aging. It's your brain gasping for better fuel. And when you give it what it needs, clarity returns. Emotions come back. You feel joy, creativity, drive. You remember names. You feel like you again. The next time you feel that fog roll in, don't ignore it. Don't brush it off as just another day. That fog is a warning, and warnings are invitations to wake up, to change, to reclaim your mental strength. And if you're feeling this now, don't panic. You're not failing. You're awakening. The fog is reversible. If you act now, you walk into a room and forget why. You miss appointments. You can't recall the name of someone you just met, or worse, someone you've known for years. You might joke about it, blame it on aging, or brush it off as being busy. But deep down, you feel a quiet panic, because it's happening more often, and it's not just an inconvenience. It's a cry for help from your brain. Memory loss is one of the earliest signs that your brain is aging. But here's the truth most people don't know. This kind of forgetfulness is not inevitable. Yes, memory changes can come with age, but when they start disrupting your daily life, especially in your 40s, 50s, or early 60s, it means something deeper is happening. Your hippocampus, the memory center of your brain, may be shrinking. And if that's true, the time to act is now. Science tells us that memory loss often begins with chronic stress, poor sleep, inflammation, and even loneliness. These factors release toxic stress hormones that damage memory circuits. Over time, they erode neural pathways that were once strong and dependable. But here's the empowering part. These effects can be slowed, even reversed. It starts with awareness. Then comes action. First, you must stop overstimulating your brain with distractions. Endless multitasking, notifications, background noise. Focus is the fuel for memory. Next, nourish your brain. Turmeric, walnuts, blueberries, and leafy greens are not trends. They are medicine. Get tested for vitamin B12 and omega-3 deficiencies. Correcting these can light up your memory like a switch. Then, practice remembering. Learn names. Do puzzles. Journal. Speak what you want to remember out loud. Teach what you learn to others. The brain strengthens what it uses and forgets what it doesn't. Don't let fear paralyze you. Let it awaken your commitment to protect your memory. Forgetting things doesn't mean you're broken. It means your brain is struggling to keep up in an overwhelmed world. But it's resilient. It wants to heal, and it's waiting for you to stop ignoring the signs. Memory loss is not something you just live with. It's something you fight. With food, with movement, with curiosity, with deep rest. The next time you forget something important, don't beat yourself up. Take it as your turning point. Your brain is still with you, but it needs you to show up for it before forgetting becomes a way of life. You wake up, but you don't feel alive. You check your phone, but nothing excites you. You go through the motions, work, errands, chores, but everything feels flat. You've stopped dreaming, stopped creating, stopped reaching, and maybe you've accepted it, but you shouldn't. Because a loss of motivation is not laziness. It's not a personality flaw. It's a neurological alarm and one of the strongest signs that your brain is aging. Motivation lives in the prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for focus, planning, and purpose. When this area is underactive due to low dopamine, inflammation, poor sleep, or trauma, your drive disappears. And when you stop pursuing meaning, your brain starts to atrophy. It's a dangerous cycle. The less you engage with life, the more your brain disconnects. But you can reverse it. You just need to reignite the right circuits. Science shows that even small wins rebuild motivation. Completing a task, checking off a list, helping someone, these release dopamine, the brain's natural motivation molecule. Movement also matters. A 10-minute walk increases blood flow to the frontal lobe. Purpose fuels energy. When you attach meaning to your actions, why you wake up, who you care for, what you stand for, you give your brain a reason to come alive again. If you've lost interest in the things you used to love, don't ignore it. That's not just burnout. It could be a warning sign of early cognitive decline. And left unaddressed, it can lead to depression, isolation, and brain shrinkage. But here's the truth. You are not too far gone. Your passion is still in there. Your spark is buried, not extinguished. Start small. Choose one meaningful action today. Call someone, cook something, learn a new fact. Feed your brain novelty. It loves it. And most importantly, speak to yourself with compassion. You're not lazy. You're healing. You're rebuilding the part of your brain that's been under siege by stress, toxins, and overload. Motivation is a brain function, not just a mindset. When you understand that, you stop blaming yourself and start building back the architecture of drive and purpose. Let today be the day you stop settling for emotional numbness. You deserve joy, meaning, and a brain that lights up with possibilities. Here's the truth you've been waiting for. Your brain is not fixed. It's not doomed. And it's never too late. No matter how foggy you feel, how much you forget, or how numb your life has become, your brain can change. The science is clear. Neuroplasticity is the miracle most people never tap into. It means your brain can grow new cells, repair damaged ones, and rewire itself based on the choices you make daily. So what do these brain healing habits look like? First, oxygen is medicine. Move your body every single day. It doesn't need to be fancy. A brisk 20-minute walk floods your brain with oxygen and nutrients. It increases blood flow to the hippocampus, improving memory and energy. Second, protect your sleep like your brain's life depends on it, because it does. Deep sleep clears toxins that build up during the day. Without enough, your brain begins to rot from the inside out. Create a sacred routine. Go to bed at the same time. Avoid screens at least an hour before. Keep your room dark, cool, and quiet. Next, feed your brain like it's a living, breathing engine, because it is. Cut down sugar. Eliminate seed oils. Add healthy fats like avocados, olive oil, walnuts, and wild salmon. Eat colors. Blueberries for memory. Spinach for oxygen. Turmeric for inflammation. Every meal is either medicine or poison for your mind. Then focus your mind with intention. Meditation isn't just spiritual, it's biological. Even 10 minutes a day can thicken the cortex, reduce fear circuits, and improve focus. Learn something new. Take on challenges. Your brain grows stronger when it's stimulated with love, not stress. Finally, your relationships matter more than you think. Loneliness is toxic. It literally shrinks the brain. Connect deeply, laugh often, talk face to face. Human connection protects your neurons better than any pill. Healing your brain doesn't require perfection. It requires consistency. It's not about overhauling our life overnight. It's about one decision at a time, showing your brain that you care enough to protect it, love it, and nourish it back to life. You are not too late. You are not too broken. You are awakening. Your mind has been waiting for you to listen, and now it's ready to reward you with clarity, with joy, with peace. This is your turning point, and your brain is ready for the comeback. Think of all the things your brain has done for you. It's carried every memory, every emotion, every moment of joy and heartbreak. It's worked tirelessly to keep you breathing, thinking, hoping, even when you weren't paying attention. And now it's asking for your help. If you've seen yourself in these warning signs, mental fog, memory loss, lack of motivation, it's not the end. It's the beginning of awareness. the start of something better. Because once you recognize the damage, you reclaim the power to repair it. But here's what you must understand. The longer you wait, the harder it gets. Brain aging accelerates with neglect. Years of poor sleep, bad food, chronic stress, and emotional numbness don't just disappear. They leave scars. And if ignored, those scars become symptoms, and symptoms become conditions, and conditions become chains. Don't wait for the diagnosis. Don't wait for the scan. Don't wait for the day you can't remember your child's name. Choose change now while you still have the power to decide. You don't need perfect genes. You don't need expensive treatments. What you need is commitment, compassion for yourself, a choice to rise from autopilot and step into intentional living. The brain you save will carry you through the most beautiful years of your life, clearer, brighter, stronger. So start today with one walk, one new food, one night of good sleep, one deep breath, one kind connection. Each choice adds up. Each one tells your brain, I want you healthy. I want you sharp. I want you with me, fully present, fully alive. And when you take care of your brain, something amazing happens. You start renewed, remembering again. You start feeling again. You start being again. Life feels rich, full, awake. There's a version of you on the other side of this, a version that remembers birthdays, feels energized in the morning, laughs with friends, feels passion again. That version is not gone. It's just hidden behind the fog. You can reclaim it, you can rebuild it, but only if you act now. So ask yourself one question. Does my brain deserve better? If the answer is yes, then show it, feed it, move it, rest it, love it, and never ignore the signs again. Because once you know, you can never go back to unknowing. And now you know.